mentoring of students and school staff. He works with Train Up a Leader Limited as a counselor, leadership coach, and counseling programs coordinator. He worked with Chambogo University on the mentorship initiative program for all fresh graduates that joined the university. He has 10 years experience in leadership skills and training. He has worked with the Ministry of Gender, Labor, and Social Development as a mental health and psychosocial support consultant in developing the Saudi mental health and chatbot, Buddy. In brief, it's called Buddy. He partners with the Ministry of Health, Division of Mental Health and Control of Substance Abuse, and the National Mental Health and Psychosocial Support Working Group on the advocating for and implementing mental health and counseling programs in the country. He is currently the head of Department of Guidance and Counseling and a counselor for the students and staff of Chambogo College School, and the head of public relations of Uganda Counseling Association. Currently, he is the vice president of IAC Africa. Dear friends on call, I take this opportunity to welcome Mr. Emmanuel Jita, our counselor, a renowned counselor with a lot of experience to speak to us about mental health and resilience. And we're now talking about mental health, not mental illness, but mental health. So, Mr. Jita, you're very welcome to speak to us this morning. The floor is yours.
Thank you very much, Canon. That introduction, sometimes I get flattered, but being introduced by you today morning adds grip to the matter. Thank you very much. Kindly confirm if you can hear me loud and clear.
Yes, we can hear you loud and clear.
Oh, it's a blessing. Thank you, everybody, for joining us today morning. I know some of us are just getting up. Some of you have already gotten up already, and we are getting the day running. As I've been introduced, it is my pleasure to discuss with you today morning as we are going to dive into a matter in line with mental health and our well-being. So let me share my screen and kindly confirm if you can see it already.
Not yet, but we can see. Yeah, now we can see it. Yeah, thank you. We can see it.
All right, that's beautiful. So, gentlemen and ladies, the topic we are going to discuss today is something most of us have been able to hear others talk about. We have been able to see others give ideas about. However, to some extent, there are some of us who keep on asking the question, what next? All right, you have talked about it. You have talked about our well-being. You've talked about the stress, the depression, the anxiety, but then what next? So today I want us to dive into it and we understand the matter just as it is for all of us today. Just something small here. I just want to make it, okay, beautiful. Now we want to understand, how are we going to be able to manage our mental health? What are those things that we keep on facing that challenge us, that keep on making us feel overwhelmed, feel challenged in one way or the other? How do we manage transitions? How do we manage setbacks? And how do we get stable? Because stability at the end of the day is very key for all of us. In that sense, there are very many, and why did I call it the transitioning stage? As we all grow, as we all move, there is something new you are learning every day. And there's you transitioning from one status to another, transitioning from being a student to being an adult, transitioning from being unemployed to being employed. Some of you that God has blessed with marriage, transitioning from being a single person to being a couple. some of you transitioning from being a couple to being single again. It is like we are all transiting all throughout. Some of you that have not been parents, you're transitioning from being you and your partner to now being mom and dad. There are very many things that keep on falling on us. But in today's session, we're going to know and understand some of the mental health realities. And I'm trying so hard to understand, to help us understand that it is no longer mental health illnesses, mental health challenges. Now, some of them have become realities that we need to stop looking at them as challenges, but we understand they are part of the life in which we operate. We have to understand how we cope with uncertainties, pressure to prove ourselves, and also society expectations versus self expectations. Now, on the last one, we are going to really see it appear more. Most of you are doing work, you're doing stuff as an individual, but however, there are still many people who are trying to come into your life to dictate why and what you should do, when, where, who you should hang out with, even at the point where they have limited significance in your life. But most of the times we ask ourselves the question, what next? You finished primary, what was next? The high school. After high school, you finished, and you asked yourself, what next? Some of you were blessed, you went to the university. That was done. And some of you are stuck at a point of, I am done with studies. What next? Some of us have achieved everything here on the call. You could be here, you a parent, you are married, you have a job, you've achieved all the assets that you wanted, and your life is still asking you, what next? Usually that keeps people wanting to think harder. What are the things that are going to keep on happening around? There are some of you who woke up this today morning. You could be there seated. You're angry, but you don't know why you're angry. You are thinking so hard, but even you don't know what to think about. Some of us, if you've even woken up in the morning, you don't even know why you should wake up, but you've woken up. And then there are some of us who are here, you woke up overly joyed, you woke up happy, but you cannot even tell why the happiness is there. But in simple terms, it's how you live and how you associate with people. Taking us to what mental health is in just simple terms, it's how you feel, how you think, and how you relate with others. It's about your feelings, your emotions, and also your cognitive well being, your psychological well being. But I want to just ask how many of us have done a mental health check in the last, let me say, in the last 1 month? How many of us know our mental health status? How many of us are here and you really understand that this is how I am feeling? I will ask some of you here, how are you doing? But at the end of the day, all of you will say, I am good, I am fine. Even when deep down, you want to just hold someone's shoulder and wail. Even when you are happy, but someone asks you, how are you? I am good. But how many of us have been honest with ourselves? Somebody asks you, how are you doing? And you mention, I am sad. I am going through this. I am frustrated. I am under pressure. I am confused. It is those times when you are honest with yourself and with others that will give you an opportunity to receive the support you so much need. What are some of the mental health issues that we keep on facing that we need to now understand how do we let go of and how do we work upon them? Anxiety about the future. None of us here knows tomorrow. That is why in the Lord's Prayer, when we are praying, we say, give us this day our daily bread. And if you understand it is the daily bread we are asking for, then why press a lot of pressure on the days after tomorrow that even we do not know about? Why in that incidence would you be under tension for a tomorrow that you are not certain about? The way you face tomorrow is as a result of how you're going to live today. But how have you lived today? Some of you have partners that you've woken up without even saying good morning to, because you slept angry You've woken up with the anger of yesterday. Some of you are under pressure with your bosses that you don't even want to greet. But as a result of what? You have prepared yesterday, and that is why your today is like that. Some of us, even we are worried about issues that you just think of and project in the next 20 years. My brother, my sister, my friend, come back to now. 20 years ononya yochi. You're only looking at the pressures there, but you're not focusing on the opportunities, because it is the pressures that bring you that anxiety, but the opportunities bring clarity. And that some of us here, we are fearing to fail. Some of you are still in your starting stages, in your starting points in life. You're fearing to fail. But then, sometimes failing could be the opportunity for you to find that stepping stone towards becoming the best version of yourself. There are some of us here, I will honestly tell you, I have failed multiple times. But it is through the failure that I've chosen to look at it as an opportunity, not as a threat. To look at it as a way to seek for more guidance, to learn more, to understand more, than the need to prove that I was supposed to be perfect. None of you on this call is perfect. And let me break it to you. None of you on this call will ever be perfect. You are human. Learn to accept the point that sometimes things may not work your way. Learn to accept the point that sometimes you may have to accept that this has failed. Let me try again. That is where the true strength comes from. Some of us, you have depression due to delayed success. You've started up a business. 1 year down the road, it has not yet yielded profits. But the most challenges most of you have, you start the business this month, and by next month, you want to have 100% profits. Or you might be. Are you a thief? Because for them, they invest tonight and they harvest tomorrow. But then there has to be time for progress. Even all in that you're talking about success at work. Some of you have been given projects, but up to now the project is failing to yield. Some of you have written proposals, but you're seeing the proposal is not proposing. The thing is not moving. There is time for each and everything to walk through. Some of you are having emotional outbursts here. You're having an emotional burnout. You've given in everything. Some of you, what is breaking you the most is the relationships you're in. You're trying to love everyone. You're trying to be available for everyone. You're trying to be available for family. You're trying to be available for friends. You're trying to be available to your partners. But maybe to some extent, they're not appreciating it. They're not seeing the value you're adding on to them. But I want to bring out to you, at the end of the day, you need rest, you as an individual. Some of you in just 2026, you've been in 5 relationships. Choka, we have only moved out 4 months. 4 months. But you've been in 5. So where is the problem? Sometimes the problem is you. Some of you are overly available for everybody. Every time your friends call, you're there. Every time your family calls, you're there. Every time, like you have no personal time. You are available for everyone. Your boss's birthday, the birthday of their children, the birthday of your aunties, your uncles, your friends, your sisters, your family. Like you are there. When do you rest? You are available at every house party, at every wedding, at every. But then at the end of the day, are you being there for yourself? And when you get the emotional burnout, it's because you are burning too much that you don't spare time for yourself. And some of you have the comparison syndrome. So and so has bought a car. I have not yet bought it. So and so has bought an iPhone 17. I have not yet bought it. My uncle's son is wedding. I have not yet wedded. Who tells you that your timelines have to be the same? Some of you are here. And I want to encourage, unless when you are hard-hearted or you're negative-hearted, so all of us are going to receive our blessing from God at a certain point. But when the blessing of your sister, your brother, your auntie, your uncle comes first, let's celebrate that. than now getting to a comparison of when am I having mine. Some of you are going to fall into toxic relationships because you want also to get wedded quick, take a quadrilla to your home, take a wedding in your family. Why? Because 5 of your friends have already married or have gotten married, and you're going to be stuck in that relationship alone. So that comparison syndrome, most of you see those Instagram reels you're watching, the TikTok videos you're watching, someone waking up, stretching, they walk to the bathroom, they take a shower, they go make a smoothie. Those things are pre-prepared. How many of you wake up with cameras in your face and then you're moving around? You want to live the Kardashian life. Let's come back to reality and look at the blessings we already have. Some of you, even where you are, there's someone who looks at you and says, if only I can be close to where that person is. That's all they need. So that comparison syndrome is at a workplace, is at school, is in families, it is in friendships, and it has killed a lot of your happiness. Learn to appreciate and welcome your own progress. But while we move there, how do we cope with uncertainties? Like I said, you need to embrace gradual process. It's not going to happen in one day. Rome was not built in one night. And in the same spirit, we were not made in just a blink of an eye. If God took 7 days to set up the whole of this universe, 7 days, actually 6, and rested on the 7th. You want to start today and tomorrow you are achieving. Who are you? Are you God Pro Max? You need to go back and remember that there is a point in life where you are going to do things. They will be slow, but you'll get there. In Luganda, there's a saying, but some of you, things will not work that way. Sometimes you need to learn the process. You need to follow the progress slowly by slowly, and you'll get there. You also need to set realistic expectations. Some of you, you're in your first job this year. You've gotten your first employment this year. But you want to have built a house in 1 year. You want to have bought a car. You want to have married. You have wedded in 1 year. Is that realistic? Some of you have gotten into jobs, and within just 5, 6 months, you want to be promoted. My brother, my sister, probation period is 6 months in most companies and organizations, and to others it goes to even 1 year. Can you set realistic expectations so that you avoid disappointment in your life? And also the same thing, don't rush to big results. So one by one makes a bundle. That's why there's this song of A Million Little Miracles. I love the song because at the end of the day, you need to look at the million little miracles. The fact that you are awake today and you are among the people who have woken up today, that is a miracle. Just that you are able to move with your feet, move your limbs, you're able to eat on your own, swallow food. That is something you need to look at. One of the things you are experiencing, one of the things that you are achieving. So do not forget that there are small results that will result to a big one. But the moment you rush into it, you're going to make mistakes. Discomfort is part of growth. So do not fear the discomfort. By the way, if you're in this school and you are comfortable, you are an employee somewhere and you are comfortable, and you are an employer, you are a boss, and you are comfortable, I mean you're in your comfort zone, I want to tell you there is no progress. Because progress comes with uncomfortability. There is that discomfort that has to come with. You're either sparing your personal time, you're either working somewhat hours, you are either investing more, there's some money going in. At the end of the day, that discomfort encourages you to keep moving ahead. That is why in the whole year, for the human resource manual, you have 21 days of leave. Why don't they give you 3 months? It's only 21 minus public holidays. Because at the end of the day, you need to give in your best to get the best out of yourself. But how do we deal with delayed success and pressure to perform? I want to encourage you that success is not linear. You are going to have the ups, the downs, the lows, the highs. You are even going to reach a moment in your life where you realize that you are stuck. But when you are stuck, what do you do? Some of us even need to remember to get closer to God. There are some times where you're going to be stuck somewhere because the Lord is protecting you from something ahead that He needs to first see clear away. He needs to put you in that valley so that when that strike on the hill is happening, you are not there. He is shielding you from something. You get yourself down to ask, why am I in this? Is there a lesson to learn? Is there something to pick up from? You also need to know that you have to break big dreams into small steps. Because when you break them down, it is easy and proactively reasonable to pick onto one at a time. But then some of us, you carry the whole dream and you want the whole dream to happen in just a blink of an eye. And when you find yourself discussing with Canon Alice, I don't think they built Smacon in one day. They didn't. It wasn't built in 1 year. It wasn't built in 2 years, 3 years, 4 years. When you sit down and discuss with her, she will tell you how they have invested time, they have invested money, but they looked at small steps. They didn't start with the 6 classes. They started with a few classes, and it's from those classes that others kept on coming, that now you see from senior 1 to senior 6, that now you see all that population that is there. It was a decision that started at a small breakout. Now, most of the times, failure is feedback, but not the final. Sometimes you have to fail for you to get to have the reality that you are not either not doing things right, either you are overcompensating, either you are over-investing, or you are missing out a point. And once you realize that, you stop looking at it as a challenge. And lastly, around there, pressure, self-criticism, and members, self-criticism. Some of you are doing your best, and I see you. I appreciate you. I am seeing the effort you're putting in for your work. Some of you have sacrificed everything for the work you're doing. Some of you have given in everything honestly, and you are not seeing the results. But then you wake up in the morning and you start giving yourself the negative things. You start telling yourself you're not doing enough. You start telling yourself you're not good enough. Some of you even, you're criticizing your own physical appearance, your own well-being physically. You're telling yourself you're not beautiful, you're not handsome. Who tells you you're a creation of God? Some of you need to replace that criticism with self-compassion. Tell yourself you love you appreciate you. Tell yourself that you want to, you are the best creation God has ever made. Most of the times when you focus on the negatives, you are always going to be putting yourself down. But then after all that self-criticism you've given, there are many things that keep on happening. We've talked about emotional well-being. How do we recover from emotional rejection? Emotionally, we need to recover from rejection from work, rejection from family, rejection from friends, rejection from your partner. How do you recover from that? Because most of the challenges most of people are facing right now are falling under that. But it is normal for you to be rejected. And if you've been rejected before, you are growing, you are learning, you're being able to understand, where do I fit best? Where do I need to work better? Rejection is not identity, it is a redirection. There's that pattern of viewers, those of you who have tried relationships and they have failed out. There's that pattern of viewers who has rejected you. But maybe it is a blessing in disguise. Maybe It is redirecting you to that right person that you're going to meet. Some of you have been rejected, you've been fired from a job, or you've been unfairly evicted. But maybe it is a direction. Sometimes you need to ask God to show you where your blessing is. Most of you have prayed for God to show you that God might show you the blessing through. You need to express these emotions very well and very comfortably. Some of you have written to jobs, you've written over 100 emails, you've never gotten a response. Every interview you have done, they have not picked up on you. But when you look at it as a rejection, ask yourself, what am I not doing right? Now, learn to journal. Some of you don't know the purpose for journaling. Learn to pray. Learn to talk about these things. Get someone who is going to mentor you. Talk about your pain. And ask yourself, what is rejection teaching me? And then most of us are blessed with work, but then there are some of us who may not have a job and you don't know how to deal with it. And you've not had that fulfilled that expectation you had. You are not defined by your employment status. Some of you here feel like Baba tumemilimu. Hey, everyone is working, I'm not working. Yes, you are not working. But then when you worry about it a lot and you stress yourself a lot about it, does it make you employed? No. But to some extent, you need to get back on the drawing board and find out why, than you being under the pressure. Sometimes you need to skill up where you can. You only have the senior 6 pass sleep. Some of you have graduated. You don't have any other CPD you've put onto your life. 10 years down the road, you only have your bachelor's degree that you studied. You've not attended conferences. You've not gone to train. You've not become a master trainer. You've not added on even like a small certificate on your education. Mazima. You've not skilled up. Because at the end of the day, everyone is looking for the best. No one is looking for somewhat. Maybe your family can be able to accommodate you, but even lately, they're also setting high standards. You need to network intentionally. Who is your friend? Your close friends are not employed. You are not employed. Your close friends are in alcohol. Your close friends are in drugs. Your close friends are in one relationship to another. What do you expect? You will also fall in the same bracket. So I want you to network intentionally. You want OB of Smacon. You want OB of your school, whichever you studied from. But you are a supplier of something that your school needs, but you're not networking with your directors. You're not networking with your head teachers. Go where you know that there is purpose, to where you can add value to those people. Go there. Be intentional. Not everybody has to be your friend. Actually, not everybody has to like you. You're not ice cream. Get to the point where you are liked for your skill, for the value addition you put in, for your efforts. And at the end of the day, it's those people that are going to add purpose to your life. And I want you to keep structure in your daily routine. Some of you just live by the grace of our Lord Jesus Christ, the love of God, and the fellowship of the Holy Spirit. Minus that, nothing else. All you do every morning is wake up in the morning, pray for our daily bread, and you keep moving. What thing have you changed? Or what structure have you put up that defines your daily routine? I appreciate all of you on the call that at least in a week you have time for gym. At least in a week you have time for a sport. At least in a week you have time for self-care. But then there is you. No structure. You wake up in the morning, it's like you are a boat seated on the Indian Ocean waiting for the monsoon winds. If they blow you to India, you go. If they blow you to Australia, you go. But you have no sense of direction. Having a sense of direction matches in your routine. But then, when we talk about routine, some of you think, now I need Freeman has talked about gym. Now I need to go and subscribe for membership. I need to go subscribe for sauna. But financial discipline is one of the things that are causing much of your stress lately. When I speak to you about financial discipline, look at how much you earn in a month and how much you spend. If how much you spend is much than what you spend in the what you earn in the month, and you are in loans, my brother, my sister, my friend, you need to upskill yourself. Financial discipline has brought a lot of peace in many people's lives, but financial indiscipline has brought a lot of stress, depression, and anxiety in many people's lives. You look at someone, you have no budget. But for you, you think budgeting is for companies, it is for organizations, it is for schools. Also, budgeting is for you. When do you budget? When do you spend? When do you buy something? When do you go and take these people out? Some of you just spend out of excitement. Oh, you've gone to the bar, you spend 500,000, you're earning 600. Does it make sense to you? Sometimes you need to avoid the lifestyle. There's some lifestyle you have to avoid. That impulsive spending. There's a time I look at those receipts people put out. Someone has gone to a club and they spend 11 million on alcohol. I'm like, Naima Zima. Huh? Some of you want to go for vacation. You've not yet earned even your first million in your life. You want to go on vacation. You've not even earned the first 10 million of your life. You're going for vacation. Ochimayochi, what are you celebrating? You're moving to Zanzibar, you're going to what here? But if it is on the count of the little you have just achieved, you have sacrificed growth and development for excitement. The Tugania self-care is there, but live within your means. Live within your means. Genda kuwa nokuchira, genda wanejinja. Taxi ya 15 umutwalo kumuchitundu. Genda utule kumaziga kulukute. Put your legs in River Nile. Post. There's someone in the UK who is going to now see you stepping in that water and is like, that is natural. Look for a forest around. Move around. Have a picnic there. I have seen people here who have picnics in our small forests that people have put up. Some small bushes that are there. And they charge like 150, 200,000 for a group of 5. Do that. But then don't live beyond your means. Start small savings culture. I want to encourage all of you who are here. If you don't belong to a circle, you are budgeting to die broke. Get a circle. Belong to a financial saving group, a financial disciplined group, because it's inconsistency that you'll be able to win. You'll be able to avoid these small things that come around. I want you to read this very clearly for yourself. If you can't afford it twice, don't buy it. If you cannot buy 2 iPhone 17 Pro Max, don't buy even 1. Because it means that is not your class. If you cannot afford something twice, leave it. Look for what you can afford, unless when it is an investment. Because for investments, we expect them to bring in more money. You can even take a loan to bring an investment forward. But if it is luxury, don't buy. You cannot afford to buy 2 Texados. Are you buying Texados? You go to Chiembe, they make for you a suit of 250. Because it will also look good on you. Now you're going to suit ya mitwalo chinana. But after buying the suit, you need to save again for more 2 months to buy another Texado. Are you being feasible? No. But then, while all happens, I want us to stay grounded when progress feels slow. When you look at that plant there, that is a tree that was put, it is a seed that was put in a cup with some small soil and some small temperatures and water to give it time to develop into a seedling, that seedling will be got and taken into the garden. When do you give time for yourself to develop from seed to being a seedling? The consistent routine. When you do something effortlessly, when you do something consistently, it becomes part of you. And while it becomes part of you, you start to master in it. And when you master in it, you deliver to your best. Celebrate small wins. Every time you win something, celebrate it. However small it is, don't wait for the big parties, don't wait for the big games. Celebrate those small things. There are some of you the Lord has blessed, but you're still not feeling contented, and the Lord is watching. Celebrate the things, the small things. Those small birthdays of your family, of your friends, of your children, celebrate them. Practice gratitude daily. I want to ask you, while we are chatting here, I want each and every one of you on the call, I am requesting you, type in that thing you're grateful that God has given to you. That thing right now, just one. If possible, you can give two or three. But there is that thing that the Lord has blessed you with: life, health. Some of you have never been in coma. Some of you have never even been admitted in hospital. That is something you should be grateful for. Some of you have never slept hungry. Some of you have never been there and lacked anything. But then at the end of the day, we keep on saying it is not enough. Are you being fair? You are sad. You are feeling frustrated. Why? Because you're only looking for the negatives in your life. But yet there are those small things you have to appreciate. Some of you have the gift of friends. Some of you have the gift of loving family. Some of you, oh my God, I even don't know how to make this more sounding for you. Some of you are captivating yourselves in your rooms, yet there are people who want to cherish you, who want to hug you, who want to celebrate you, but you're pushing them away. Why? You are not grateful. You are not happy. You are not celebrating those small wins. And then I want you to guard your inner self-talk. Every time I wake up in the morning, I tell myself, I am stronger, I am smarter, and I am wiser. My ability lies within me. I want to remind myself every day that I am that blessing the Lord put in this world to light up the lives of many people. And I give to myself, that's my purpose. That is what I'm going to keep on doing day in, day out. That at the end of the day, let one soul go to bed happy because I live, because I exist. And that is why the Lord placed me here. I want to ask you, do you know your purpose? Because it is when you know your purpose that you will get your inner self. That self inside you needs you to affirm it. If you're hearing me, hold yourself, do a butterfly hug. You may not put on your video, but do a butterfly hug and repeat after me. Whoever can, let's repeat after me. I love you, me. I appreciate you, me. And I will always be there for you. I love you, me. I appreciate you, me. And I'll always be there for you. The love you expect from other people is the love you should give to yourself. Don't just give it out. Experience it, feel it, appreciate it, because you deserve it. So that comes with personal growth, ladies and gentlemen. What are you growing into? I want you to ask yourself a question. While we are going through the pressures of this world, what are you growing into? Because everyone has a different timeline. My timeline is not yours is not mine. Each and every one of us has something that we can be able to grow in and be good of. Sometimes those social media things you see are not real, it's not reality. But that phone you hold in your hands, is it a blessing or a curse? Because if it is a blessing, you will only look for what is getting you to move to the next step, not what is making you doubt how far you have come. That phone in your hands, that gadget in your hands, can either make you happy or make you sad. I want you to focus on your lane. Sigala mulaini yo, tovaamu. You are not yet an investor. You're still an employee. But while you are an employee, are you an employee that is planning to become an investor? Are you an employee that is planning to become a boss? But then don't live like a boss in someone else's business. Sigara mulaini yo. Because when you remain in your line, it keeps peace between you and your boss. You want to be the boss to your boss. It is impossible. First, learn and set the base, set the system, learn the ways. And once you put them into your line forward, it's going to protect your peace. The pressure you're feeling from your boss is because you have failed to deliver. You're not delivering to their needs. So come back to your line and ask yourself, and growth matters more than speed. You may not rush into things, by the way. Sometimes when I look at how far I have come, ladies and gentlemen, I just sit back and I say, indeed, the Lord is faithful. The Lord never forgets, and the Lord can bless you with the prayers you have. It has been slow, but I am yet to get there. I am not yet where I want to be, but I'm not where I was. I am in a position where I am able to say Ebenezer. I'm in a position where I'm able to say, praise the Lord. I am here. And each and every day, I am grateful. So look at the growth. What are you growing in? Are you growing financially? Are you growing emotionally? Are you growing socially? Are you growing academically? At the end of the day, you will look back and see how far you have moved. So what are the tips for a healthier mental health as we wind up? Ladies and gentlemen, build supportive friends and mentorship. You didn't choose your mother, you didn't choose your father, you're not choosing your brothers and sisters. But I want to encourage you, be intentional on friendships. It is the only place where you have a choice. Don't choose the wrong people. There are those people who should light up your room. If they frustrate you, drop them. Because at the end of the day, you need to feel better. You get a mentor, get someone that you look up to, because if you don't have one, how will you do the checks and balances in your life? In the same thing, combine prayer with action. Some of you are here, you are fasting, you're dry fasting, but there is no action. Ofira bwerere, absas kulumira bwerere, biveeko. Bw'oba tokola, toyonoona budde bwa Katonda. You're wasting God's time for nothing. There is no action. You wake up in the morning and you wail for God, and then after you go back to your bed, show God where you want Him to bless your blessing. Stop wailing and shouting for Him. Put action. Keep learning new things. There are some of you who need just something small. Things like fashion, the way you dress, maybe it could be the reason that is repelling people away from your life. You're dressing like as if you're your own parent, yet you're just in your 20s. You're dressing like as if you have been rejected a billion times. Funayoka perfume, try new things. Try some good English. There's some of you who even need to work on your speech. That is why you're not being given opportunities somewhere. Because when they give you the opportunity to speak, to open doors for other people, hello, how are you? I am Okamu. Polish up some of these things. Because at the end of the day, it is those small things that will get you to the next. That you want others to want to even be around you, also be able to tap into that. But you have nothing to offer because you're not learning new things. People want opportunities. Do you have them? Be patient with yourself. You're doing enough. For all of you that are investing everything in you, I see you, I appreciate you, and one day it's going to pay off. And then seek for counseling. Ladies and gentlemen, if you've never been for a counseling session and you're going through something, you're missing out. And I want to make it clear, seek for professional counseling. Not everyone can provide you counseling. Seek for professional counseling. Don't go to everybody splashing your issues to everyone. Some people even don't know what to do to help you. If you need spiritual counseling, reach out to your pastor, reach out to your reverend, reach out to your priest, reach out to your sheikh. They have all it takes for spiritual counseling. But if you need mental health and psychosocial support, seek for a trained person in that field. You're dealing with anxiety, depression, you're dealing with emotional outbursts, seek for a therapist, and then you'll receive the best of support you want. Ladies and gentlemen, I cannot stretch enough on self-care. Tomorrow is Labor Day. Labor Day, go and do something for yourself. Some of you don't know the feeling of a sauna. You don't know the feeling of a massage. You don't know the feeling of going to swim and you sit at the beach. Every money you get, you're looking at the bank of cement. No, sometimes you need to live. You need to experience. But when you're living within your means, the weekend, for now, the weekend is starting tomorrow. There are 3 days. Go and enjoy. Express happiness. Love yourself. Love yourself. The love you expect or the love you give out to other people, first give it to yourself. Feel it. Enjoy it. And at the end of the day, you are going to have the most beautiful things in your life. Ladies and gentlemen, your growth may feel slow, but slow growth is still growth. You are growing. Appreciate it, welcome it, and you are becoming. Don't rush your becoming. At the end of the day, the pressures they are giving you to what's a day. Marriage is a full-time commitment. You have to commit to someone you are ready to grow with, someone that loves you, someone that does not require you to always be the one to invest. Love is an investment of both ways, not one way. Friendship. Sengao is always asking you what's at B. It is high time you tell them when you feel that you are ready to do that. Marriage is not employment. Marriage is a commitment to someone for the rest of your life. And don't rush that. Don't rush, because many people are in broken marriages, broken relationships. They already have children. They are struggling mentally. Why? They rushed into their problem. So I want to encourage you, that partner you want to have, that friend you want to have, don't rush into it. Is it an investment? Make better research. Understand the investment before you make it so that it does not stress you. And at the end of the day, when you get back to your home or your room or your house, make sure it is your safe haven. Make your home, your house, the best thing you can ever have in your life. Ladies and gentlemen, I can speak the whole day about mental health. I can speak the whole day about counseling. But for today, if there's anything you're supposed to live with in this discussion, live within your means, budget and manage your finances well, but above all, love yourself, that you can be able to eject out everything that does not bring peace to your life and everything that is draining, so that at the end of the day, you live happily ever after. I thank you so much for listening to me. And I thank you so much, Canon Alice, for inviting me to speak to your community. And I bless the Lord who has given me the energy to be able to speak to you all. And for today, stay blessed and thank you. Good morning.
Wow, what a presentation. Emmanuel, thank you so much for engaging us this morning. We cannot thank you enough. You've just used one word of eject. And I remember those of us who grew in my times where we had the cassette radios, where you put in the tape, and if it's not working well, you press eject. So whatever is not contributing to your mental health, please eject, not reject, but eject, take it out. So I want to invite maybe 2 or 3 questions that we can have Emmanuel, respond to. I have seen quite a lot of feedback, people saying thank you so